What's up, you guys? It's your buddy Kaiju back again for another figure review. Today we are reviewing the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen deluxe class figure Sideswipe. Man, Sideswipe. I probably said about who was my second favorite figure already. I'm not sure if I have or not. But if I have, I'm going to make a correction on that. Besides my trusty Bumblebee, I say my second favorite would have to be Sideswipe. Sideswipe is just awesome. I mean, he turns into a Corvette Stingray, which is... It is freaking awesome! Let's get into this figure, man. This figure... Oh my gosh. Where do I even begin with this figure? I don't even want to move it out of that pose because he's just like, I'm awesome. Anyways, let's just get him right on down into it. Get his arm down right here, his head facing forward. Get a good look at him. Get a good side view of him. Get a good back view of him. Get another side view. And then his front view. Man, this is sick. Oh, man. Let's get a look at this head sculpt. It's kind of blurring out. Let me back up a little bit. There you go. Here's his head sculpt. Man, his head. I like how they did his head. His head has that fierce look. It is just awesome. And then you got the paint detailing going on. And yes, it does have a couple of breaks in it that hurts to say. Got his feet, his arms. He even has a looks like a motor fan right there. And then you got his back, the back of his legs, and all this sculpted stuff inside here. Look at that! It just pushes right in there. This is an awesome figure. Get into the articulation. Okay, his head does look left. It looks right. Put it this way. It can look pretty good. It doesn't really look up all that much. I mean, he looks like he's looking forward. But he can look down a little bit. And then got his arms right here. His arms come out. Oops, it came untabbed. Pulled on it too hard. Comes out this far. Go all the way around some ball joints, and you have this armpit joint. That's really due to his transformation. He has two bends at his elbow, so you get a lot more than 90 degrees going on in there. And then his hands can collapse. That's due to his transformation. I wish they could have did something with the hollow part right here, but I ain't complaining. Well, I just did complain. And then he has his swords. Just watch that. On this arm here is a little loose. It was loose whenever I first got this figure. It's a little annoying, but not bad. His swords, man. You just have these things like this, or you could just twist them and come up like this, and he'll just have it like this. He can use it for like a backswing thing. Yes, cool figure. And then he has his joints where they come up and down here at the hip. That's mainly due to his transformation. He does not have any waist or chest diaphragm, swivels, or anything like that. But if I untab him, he does have this. But that's just because of his transformation. He can move his. He can't really move his legs out far unless twisting them. And yeah, that's about as far as we're gonna get with that. He does bend at the knee. I guess that's a 90 degree. And then his toes come over like this, and you get slight ankle pivot. Or if I just do like this, well, then he has a weird thing going on right there. I used to actually transform him like that because he would be very hard to stand up, and if I had him like this, he'd stand up easier, but he just looked weird, especially after I seen the movie. Well, that is it for his robot form. Look at that head, man. He's got a sick head sculpt. It's blurry. Crap. Now, what do you say we get into the transformation of this figure? Oh, I can't wait to transform this thing. This thing looks so cool. Okay, first, as always, you're going to want to straighten out his limbs. You know, get them all straightened out. And first thing I always do is just pull his blades back as such. They don't tab in or nothing. They just move freely. If you move one of them, the other one moves. Just like this. Oh, they got stuck right there. And then you're going to want to pull this out. As you can see, it's hinged right here. Pull this out and fold it over. Pull this out, fold it over. They have pegs, but do not peg it just yet, because you're gonna need to open these up. Look, I believe I can fly. Okay. Next thing you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to. Now let's work on his feet. Just see this thing right here. Just pull this outward. Come over here. Move out of the way. And just take this and just move it outward. And you're going to want to take his feet and fold them all the way up. Do the same for this side. And then you're going to want to take it and bring it downward. As so. And as you can see right here, they peg together. So just peg that. Not as stiff this figure isn't as stiff as my other figures have been, which has been pretty frustrating. If y'all haven't seen the barricade video I posted up, I had got frustrated with that figure, and I think it was pretty obvious. And now you're gonna want to take his hands and just clasp them inside as so. And then you're gonna want to untab him and then just pull him out. His head's going to automatically be pushed down by this part. See how this is? You're going to pull that, and it's going to come over like that. Just tag that in. Push this down, and then hold it down, and then move this upward to peg it in completely. And then you're going to want to take this here and just push inward, and it will just click like so. And as you can see that thing right here, just peg it in right there. And now with this here, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to do this one here first with the peg sticking out. I want to kind of turn it sideways and then lift up and negotiate that inside there like that. And do the same thing for this side. Just grab and negotiate, and it just unpegged itself. All you got to do is just peg that, and come back down here and repeg this. And then you're going to want to take his hands, move them backwards, you know, have him facing backwards like this. You know, I would like to have him, you know, sometimes I could display him like this, where he's like in a car battle mode, even though he really doesn't roll very good like that. But that could be a cool car battle mode. But anyways, just take this and just pull. Hang on a second. Oh, excuse me, guys. I'm mistransforming this. You're gonna. No, I'm doing it right. See, it's been so long since I transformed this figure. I haven't done any pre-transform. So you wanna have it like this, guys, like this. You're gonna wanna bring it down as such and peg it in as so. Make sure it's pegged, and you're going to want to put it like that. There we go. Snapped in there. You're going to do the same for this side. Peg it. Peg. Pegs all around. And there he is in his transformed figure. He might be a little bit mistransformed in some areas. Oh, there it is. There we go. I mean, he doesn't have a completely seamless transformation. I mean, you can clearly see the lines. But I don't mind it. I mean, most people do. I'm just one of those. I'm not too picky. I'm just really glad to have this figure. And he rolls. You know, he has a little bit of stiffness into him. But all wheels are touching the ground, which is pretty cool. It's side by side with my deluxe class Bumblebee from Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. He is with the side comparison of Bumblebee. I really like this figure. This figure is pretty cool. Well, guys, that concludes this video. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave me a comment in below. And if you want any other figures I have reviewed and you cannot find them at your local retailer, you can find them at bigbadtoystore.com. Well, later, guys.